also known as Everyday Erin, and I am back with another video. Today I am here to talk to you about goals. If you have watched me for any period of time, you know that every year I set goals, usually quite lofty goals. So this year is a little different. I touched on in my whip video that my goals just went out the window um, with the pandemic and everything that's happening in life. And I just want to assure you guys that everything is fine. When I say life happens to everybody. I did mention that someone in my immediate family had a major illness that came up during the pandemic. They are doing much better. And so it's just that's what happens. That's when there's many benefits to living life every day, and there's a lot of um, unexpected uncomfortableness that comes up too. I mean, I don't want you to think that I sit and just wallow in life happening. It just is a fact of life, and I'm sure that everybody else out there has life that comes up, whether it's getting a flat tire or any number of things. It's just life, and there's nothing you can do to stop it, thankfully. And not thankfully, I don't know. It's part of it. You got to take the good with the bad. So, all that being said, my goals kind of got put on the back burner. Now, I did still keep track of my goals, and last year I made a million goals. I made a ton of goals. Everything from knitting socks to, which I did accomplish that goal, and sweaters and scrappy happy squares and cross stitch projects. I blew the cross stitch projects out of the water, but there's a lot of stuff that I didn't even begin to even consider starting. So I am not considering 2020 a fail by any stretch of the imagination, craft-wise. In fact, crafting, no matter what it is what gets me through those life things. I started way back when crocheting because something happened in life that I needed an outlet. I needed an escape. And that was back in 2001, which is a long time ago. 20 years? Oh my gosh. It was 20 years ago. Sorry, I'm going to be drinking coffee during this. If you know me, if you've watched me, you know that's a thing too. So, I started crocheting in 2011 to help get me through some stuff in life, to help let me just center myself, all the good stuff that crafting can do for us. And I just never really stopped. There have been times in my life, especially the last 10 years, that crafting has been way up. And I am eternally grateful for that. But 2020 has taught me something that I already knew, actually, that I just needed to be reminded of. That crafting is what keeps me sane. So that brings me to my goals. I have one goal for 2021, and that is to work on whatever makes me happy. I don't care if I am gluing pom-poms onto a styrofoam ball or if I am quilting the most intricate cathedral window quilt top, or something along those lines. If it makes me happy, that's what I'm going to do. And I think that's a good goal to have. I don't know much more to say than that. Yeah. So, although there is one goal, I have some plans. Some loose plans. Plans to me are things in life that if they happen, great, and if they don't, no sweat. Goals to me are something that if they happen, great, and if they don't, no sweat. So is it really different? I don't know. Plans are much more informal to me than goals are. So That's a lot of talking to say absolutely nothing. So my one goal is to craft whatever makes me happy. And right now, a lot of that is knitting and cross stitch. It's a lot of cross stitch. So let me talk to you just a little bit about my plans. Every year, I want to knit socks. Socks is why I learned to knit. Socks is the first thing I knit. So socks is always going to be a part of my knitting repertoire. Equally, I really enjoy knitting sweaters, and I have a lot of sweater worth of yarn. So sweaters are going to be on the periphery of something that I would like to plan on knitting. Um, and then I want to do a little bit of work, or a lot of work, or no work at all on my long term projects, which are my blankets, the Scrappy Happy blanket, the Bits and Bobs blanket. I'm crazily considering adding a third scrap blanket into the mix. I can't remember what it's called, but everybody's knitting it. I just saw Crafty Jen on Instagram knit one for, and her husband was sleeping under it, and I'm like, I have to knit that. What is it called? I want to say it was called like the hibernation. Let me see if I can figure that out. Okay, I looked up what that blanket's called. It's called the habitation blanket, and a lot of people are knitting it. It's beautiful. So now I'm hitting my desk. Anyway, that may be on the horizon. I also got a little Deucifer. Say hello. So he's going to sit with me and hopefully be quiet for the rest of this video. That's my plans for knitting / crocheting. There's not a lot of crocheting. If I think of something or want to make something, then I will. You are squirmy. Another thing I would like to continue doing is crafting with Sadie. Being so far away from my family, that really gives me an opportunity to have some quality time with Sadie. And we make some pretty awesome things. In fact, tomorrow, for her birthday, I got her a ukulele kit. I actually got one for her and one for me. And we are going to decorate the ukuleles tomorrow so that then hopefully we can put them together soon. That's going to be a Dada project. That's not a project I'm going to do on video with her, but that is on the horizon. I would like to do some sewing. I have some quilt tops that I would like to quilt. I have all the materials. I don't know if I have batting. I was just looking at my batting supply, and I probably do not have batting, but that's okay. That's a minor thing that I can pick up when I need it. I'd like to make some quilt blocks, other quilt tops. Last year, I had wanted to make a bunch of the Farm Girl vintage blocks. I didn't make any. And I love Lori Holt's stuff. In fact, I got another book for Christmas of hers that I'll be sharing with you later. I have a bunch of new stuff in the craft room, and I'll share that with you later. Another video. And then I have these quilt kits, similar to this one that you see here, that I picked up because I loved doing that one so much. When we were in Amish country, I picked up some more, and I found out they're not releasing these anymore. So I got this one, which is the 2017 for the Log Cabin Quilt Shop, which is one of my favorite quilt shops there. So I got that one, and then at my other favorite quilt shop, which is the Old Country Store, I picked up Sleigh Ride and Scoot In. So I'd like to, maybe work on 1, 2, 3 of those. And also in Amish country, Kristen found this and picked this up for me. And that is actually felt. So hoping to maybe get some of that done. Just sew some more. I have a silhouette cameo that is desperately neglected, and I would like to use that some more. Make cards and other random stuff. So that's on the list of plans, thoughts. And then finally there's cross stitch. And I've mentioned to you I'm cross stitch crazy right now. So I do have a couple loose plans, one fairly firm plan for that. I would like to make some more smalls to put in my dough bowl, both seasonally and things that can be out all year round. I would like to continue to work on my colorful cow, Bessie. I love her. I think I mentioned that like 62 times yesterday. I love her. And then I have a couple new starts. The first new start is I am going to work on a Mirabilia. And the Mirabilia I'm going to work on is Stargazer. And let me see. This is just the photo from 1, 2, 3 Stitch. just messed it up. Doing this one-handed is not for amateurs, and I am an amateur. So there is Stargazer. She is beautiful. Now that is the fabric that I have to cross stitch her on. Mirrors are extremely intimidating to me. However, I'm going to just take it the same way I take knitting. I'm going to work on this stitch because the next stitch I can't worry about. I'll worry about that stitch when I get to it. Anyway, she's beautiful. Oh, she's gone again. If you Google her and see the images, there's a lot of people who have done her on blue fabric, and I don't know if I have the appropriate blue fabric for her. But if I find a fabric that'll work great for her on blue, I might do her on blue because it's absolutely stunning. It's stunning. So that's a plan. And then on Wednesday, on Inauguration Day, I am going to start One Nation. I've had this, this is hard to do with Dewey. I've had this for quite some time, but it just hasn't felt, in my opinion, for me personally, like the right time to work on it. So I will be starting this on Inauguration Day. I'm doing it in DMC, and I'm doing it on 18 count vintage country mocha, I believe. But don't quote me on that. And I think that's it. So basically, I just want to stitch more, I want to craft more, I want to knit more, and not more, but I just want to work on what makes me happy. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. My question for you is, what are your goals? What are your plans? Tell me down below. Do you have goals? Do you have plans? Do you have thoughts? What do you call them? Are you as odd as I am about there being a difference between plans and goals? I don't know. But tell me below. I'd love to see what you're doing and probably add, 600-700 more projects to my wanna-do list. And yeah, I'd love to see. I'd love to hear. That is all I have for today, guys. I do invite you, if you like this video, to give it a thumbs up and hit the subscribe button. I would really appreciate it. And until next time, I hope you guys are doing great, and I'll talk to you soon. All right? Bye-bye. You want to say bye, Dewey? You want to say bye?